Hello, my name is Wada Ibrahim. Please permit me to share this moment with you. I'm a digital librarian, and there are some specific questions that have become a kind of challenge to librarianship. And some of these questions or arguments are the facts that I want to present to you now. They become fact because every now and then every librarian is actually trying to deal with them in one way or the other. Here are the 10 questions or 10 arguments facing libraries in Nigeria today, and we, the librarians, always look for the solutions. The authors, the scholars, the librarians, and library stakeholders have always been looking for ways or a way to solve this problem or resolve this argument or try to provide answers to these questions. The first question currently facing all the librarians and library is libraries patronage declining? One might want to know why some of these questions are being asked. The story is very short and it could also be very, very long. This question arises because of the emergence of internet. And so that is not only that, there's also emergence of social media and new ways of collaboration among all the scholars, individuals, learners, and teachers. So some people might see this as a problem. Some do not actually see it that way. However, it seems that library users are currently getting alternative to libraries. So it depends on your library. It depends on the level, the types of information resources you have, the category of people that do use the library. However, it is a challenge. So to answer these questions, let's go ahead with other questions. Can World Wide Web and search engines replace libraries? Anyway, some have argued against, some have also argued in favor. It's also a question that is bothering every librarian. And so it will be important that we try to address this problem in a way that we have the ability to do so. Now, another question, the number 3 question, is the budget of libraries sufficient to cope with the cost of providing online information resources or cope with uninterrupted subscription to online databases? Somebody might say it depends. Depends on the library, depends on the amount of money that is coming to the librarians. It depends on the interest of the stakeholders. It depends on the form of government. Whatever it is actually also a challenge that librarians are facing these days. Number 4 question is, can libraries in Nigeria sustain the provision of both print and electronic information resources? Let me add that. Anyway, the reason why this become a problem is that there are some authorities, there are some people that actually prefer print information resources, and there are others that prefer electronic information resources. Now, for libraries to bridge this gap, to satisfy the people that actually have passion and love for this, and other people, on the other hand, become actually a challenge. So there is need for solution to that challenge. Then the number 5th question is, can OPAC, that's Online Public Access Catalog, completely solve accessibility challenges in the library? Anyway, there has been very serious advocacy and presentations, conferences, and symposia, trying to promote the importance of OPAC in a way that OPAC should be seen as a solution. Somebody might say yes, another person could also say no, but that is also argument that is also supported with series of questions, and that also this challenge needs to be faced. The sixth question is that can libraries in Nigeria compete and cope with the challenges relating to digital information resources provision? Anyway, something like electricity, something like digitization, automation, something like the skills of librarians. It depends on the library you are talking from, and it also depends on when, and that is when and why or where, with respect to whether you are actually digitally skillful or whether your colleagues are digitally skillful, whether you have computers and you have all it takes to do that. It's also a kind of argument that have raised series of questions. And the number seventh one is, can information repackaging and self-reliance on in-house digital content building reduce dependence on external information sources and resources? Let me add that. Anyway, that's also depend. Somebody might ask, what kind of information repackaging? What type or what type of information needs to be repackaged, and what is the level of the repackaging, and how would the repackaged information be? And self-reliance, anyway, that might not pose so much questions, but self-reliance on in-house digital content have also been a kind of challenge to almost all the libraries in Nigeria, whether it is private or university or school libraries. And it also depends on who you are talking to and when you are also doing the talking. So it's a challenge, and it's a question that we need to talk about. And the number 8 questions is that, can libraries facilitate collaboration among teaching staff and learners in educational sectors? Anyway, somebody might say yes, if you have the requirement and the resources. So another person could also say no, or it could even generate some kind of argument as to how such collaboration could be, or what kind of collaboration is that, or how can such collaboration be facilitated, what kind of facilitation is that. There are lots of questions that also follow this kind of argument. And the number 9 question is, can libraries in Nigeria contribute in national and international consortia through building connected library resources and services? This is actually very, very interesting. But that also boils down to how you look at it and which sector of the library you are talking about. And the last one is, can libraries in Nigeria minimize the information gulf, that is information of overload, on the internet through intranet deployment? Anyway, that is also a kind of argument that also requires series of questions. The reason why these questions are recurrent is because librarians have not been able to have access to or produce and all possible kind of solutions, or how do I describe it, that a kind of solution that is capable of either reducing some of these questions or completely take care of some of these questions. That is why we're asking this question right now. And the reason, what we need to do now is to find solution to these problems. And the best solution that we are about introducing you to is the solution coming through Wavedone Digital Solutions database. The database has the ability to provide in intranet connectivity. Is a server-ready kind of database. It provides wireless availability. It make wireless very, very highly available to a very far extent. It supports digital content building, library service extension. That is also part of what it does. Easy and flexible accessibility to information resource. It provides an avenue for reporting and accountability. There is also room for collaboration and cooperation, session initiation, intercommunication, and interoperability and transferability. With this solution being in place and with all these features and characteristics, one may be able to reduce some of these questions significantly, and if possible, see how some of these questions can be answered. So in the next episode, we are going to introduce you to the Wavedone Digital Solution Database, and you see how it behaves, how it can solve some of this, it can respond to some of these questions. Thank you very much for listening, and God bless you. Just be ready to watch our next episode so that you can see how some of these questions are attended to in a way that we can find a solution to the problems or challenges facing libraries in Nigeria. Thank you so much for listening. I remain Wada Ibrahim, and until I come back.